My wife told her ex, "I should have married you," at our anniversary dinner. I just asked for the check. She didn't know the evidence of their affair was already with my lawyer. She said it right in front of me, in front of the whole restaurant. "I should have married you, Brandon." My wife, Amanda, touching her ex-boyfriend's arm across the table, laughing at something he said, looking at him the way she used to look at me. Our 5th anniversary dinner, the place I'd proposed 5 years ago on one knee with my grandmother's ring. She'd invited Brandon without telling me, said she ran into him in the lobby, asked if he could join us for just one drink. One drink turned into appetizers. Appetizers turned into entrees. Now they were sharing tiramisu while I sat there like a piece of furniture they'd forgotten to move. "Remember that trip to Cancun?" Brandon said. He had perfect teeth, perfect hair, the kind of guy who wore designer watches and said bro unironically. Amanda giggled, actually giggled like a teenager. "Oh my God, the tequila shots. I was so sick the next day." "Worth it though," Brandon said. His hand covered hers on the table, right there, in front of me. I took a sip of wine and said nothing, because I'd known for 2 months. "Let me back up, because you need to understand how I got here, sitting in Bellissimo's, the nicest Italian restaurant in Portland, watching my wife flirt with her ex-boyfriend while I planned the systematic destruction of her life. Amanda and I met 6 years ago at a mutual friend's wedding. She was a bridesmaid. I was a groomsman. We danced. We clicked. 3 months later, we were dating. A year after that, I proposed. She was beautiful, confident, funny. She worked part-time at a yoga studio, teaching classes, managing social media. She said she wanted something low stress, something that allowed her to focus on wellness and balance. I supported it. I was building my own business, a software consulting firm specializing in healthcare systems, 60-hour weeks, high stress, high reward. By our 3rd anniversary, the company was worth $2.3 million. Amanda said she was proud of me, said she loved what I'd built, said she couldn't wait to start a family once things settled down. I believed her. The first red flag came about 8 months ago. Amanda started going to yoga retreats on weekends, Friday through Sunday, usually somewhere expensive, Napa, Big Sur, Sedona. "It's for my teaching certification," she'd say. "I need the training." The retreats were always charged to our joint credit card. $800 here, $200 there. I didn't question it. She was pursuing her passion. That's what supportive husbands do, right? Then came the gym membership. Amanda joined a CrossFit gym downtown, started going every Thursday afternoon, 3-hour sessions. "The evening classes are too crowded," she explained. "I go during off hours." Thursday became sacred. She'd leave at 2 p.m., come home at 6 p.m., hair wet from the shower, face flushed. "Such a good workout," she'd say. I told myself it was great. She was taking care of herself, investing in her health. But then I noticed the credit card charges. Not from the gym, from a hotel. The Westin downtown, same room number, 412. Every Thursday for 6 weeks, $247 per visit. I checked the location. The Westin was 3 blocks from her CrossFit gym. My stomach dropped. I told myself there had to be an explanation. Maybe she was meeting a friend. Maybe the gym's showers were broken. Maybe I was lying to myself. So I did what any smart person would do when they suspect their spouse is cheating. I hired a private investigator. His name was Ray Martinez, former Portland PD detective, 23 years on the force before he retired and started his own firm. 60 years old, gray beard, the kind of guy who'd seen everything twice. "Most people wait too long," Ray told me during our first meeting. "They ignore the signs, make excuses. By the time they call me, the damage is done." "How long does it take?" I asked. "To get proof? Depends. If she's sloppy, a week. If she's careful, a month. You want photos, video, financial records, phone records, everything?" Ray nodded. "It'll cost you. But if she's taking you for a ride, you'll want documentation. Courts love documentation." I paid him $5,000 up front. He got to work immediately. 2 weeks later, Ray called me. "You're going to want to sit down for this." The evidence was comprehensive, devastating, undeniable. Photos of Amanda entering the Westin at 2:47 p.m. on a Thursday. Photos of Brandon, her ex-boyfriend from college, entering the same hotel at 2:52 p.m., both of them exiting at 5:34 p.m., her hair wet, his shirt untucked. Ray had photos from 6 different Thursdays, same pattern, same room, same man, but it got worse. Ray had somehow gotten Amanda's phone records. There was a second number she called regularly, not her regular iPhone, a burner phone. Ray tracked the number, got the texts. I don't know how. Something about knowing people who know people, but he got them. The messages made me sick. Amanda: "He's working late again. God, I'm so bored." Brandon: "Come over. I'll make it interesting." Amanda: "Can't tonight. Anniversary dinner tomorrow. Have to play the dutiful wife." Brandon: "When are you leaving him?" Amanda: "Soon. I need to figure out the money situation first. He's worth like $2 million. I'm not walking away with nothing." Brandon: "Smart girl. Take him for everything." There were dozens more. Messages about how boring I was, how I worked too much, how I was okay in bed but nothing special, how she was only staying for the money. One message stood out. "You should sell the company and we could travel, see the world." Brandon's response: "Say the word. I'm ready when you are." Ray also found her browser history. She'd been researching California divorce law, asset concealment, community property division, how to maximize settlement in a divorce. She was planning to leave me, but first she wanted to clean me out. I sat in Ray's Ray's office, looking at the evidence spread across his desk, and felt nothing. Not rage, not sadness, just cold, calculated clarity. What do you want to do with this? Ray asked. I want to destroy her, I said quietly. Ray smiled. It wasn't a nice smile. Then let's get you a good lawyer. I hired Jennifer Kwan, 47 years old, partner at Morrison & Associates, 20 years of experience in high-net-worth divorces. Ray recommended her, said she was ruthless. You have a prenup? Jennifer asked during our first meeting. Yes. Did she read it before signing? I thought back to our wedding planning. Amanda had barely glanced at the prenup. It's just a formality, I'd told her. My lawyer says we need it for the business. She'd signed it without reading, trusted me, or more likely didn't care because she wasn't planning to need it. What does it say? I asked Jennifer. Jennifer pulled out the copy I'd provided, flipped to page 7, read aloud. In the event of dissolution of marriage due to infidelity on the part of either spouse, the cheating party forfeits all claims to marital assets acquired during the marriage, including, but not limited to, real property, business interests, retirement accounts, and vehicles. The cheating party will receive only assets they brought into the marriage. How much did she bring into the marriage? Jennifer asked. About $8,000, her car, some furniture. Jennifer smiled. Then that's all she leaves with. Plus, we're in a no-fault state, but this prenup was voluntarily signed. If we can prove infidelity, and with Ray's evidence we can, she's done. What about alimony? The prenup waives alimony in cases of infidelity. She gets nothing. How long will this take? We file tomorrow. She'll be served within 48 hours. If she tries to fight it, we bury her with evidence. My guess? She'll fold within a month. I want to make this public, I said. Jennifer raised an eyebrow. Public how? Her parents have been funding her yoga studio, paying her rent on the space, $2,500 a month. I want them to know what she's doing. That's your call. Legally, you're allowed to tell whoever you want. And Brandon, he's engaged, getting married in 3 months. You want to tell his fiancée? I want to send her everything. Photos, texts, all of it. Jennifer leaned back in her chair. Marcus, I need to ask, is this about justice or revenge? What's the difference? Justice is what happens in court. Revenge is what you do outside it. I can help you with justice. Revenge is on you. I thought about that. About Amanda laughing in those texts, calling me boring, planning to rob me. About Brandon calling me a mark. Both, I said. I want both. Jennifer nodded. Then let's get started. We filed the divorce papers on Monday. Jennifer drafted them personally, cited irreconcilable differences, the standard language, but attached Ray's evidence as exhibits. Exhibit A through Exhibit M. Photos, texts, hotel receipts, all of it. The process server was scheduled to deliver the papers on Thursday evening, the same day as our anniversary dinner, but I had something else planned first. I called Amanda's father, Tom. He'd always liked me, called me son, welcomed me into the family. He was the one paying for Amanda's yoga studio, an investment in his daughter's entrepreneurial spirit. Tom, I need to talk to you about something serious, I said. We met for coffee that Wednesday. I brought printed copies of everything, the photos, the texts, the hotel receipts, his credit card statements showing he'd been paying for Amanda's studio while she was using our money for hotel rooms. Tom went pale, then red, then pale again. Jesus Christ, he whispered. I had no idea. I'm filing for divorce tomorrow. I wanted you to hear it from me first. Marcus, I'm so sorry. I raised her better than this. I thought, his voice cracked. I thought she was happy. She was, with my money and her boyfriend. Tom looked at the photos again, shook his head. I'm cutting her off. The studio rent, everything. If she wants to live like this, she can fund it herself. I appreciate that. No. Tom looked at me. Thank you for telling me. Most guys would just ghost the whole family. You didn't have to do this. You've been good to me. You deserved to know. We shook hands. Tom looked broken. I felt bad for him, but not for Amanda. Next, I called Brandon's fiancée. Her name was Jessica Chen. I found her through Brandon's Instagram. He had it linked in his bio. She posted a lot. Happy couple photos, wedding planning updates. She seemed nice, normal. She didn't deserve what Brandon was doing to her. I created a burner email account, sent her everything. Photos, texts, hotel receipts, a brief note. I thought you should know who you're marrying. I'm sorry. A friend. She responded an hour later. Who is this? I replied. Amanda's husband. I'm filing for divorce tomorrow. I thought you deserved the same information I have. She didn't respond again, but I saw her Instagram story change. The happy couple photos disappeared. The wedding countdown vanished. Good. Thursday came. Anniversary dinner. I'd made reservations at Bellissimo's 3 months ago. The place I'd proposed. Romantic, expensive, perfect. I wore my best suit. Amanda wore a black dress I'd bought her for her birthday. You look beautiful, I told her in the car. Thanks. She was on her phone, texting someone, smiling at the screen. We arrived at 7 p.m. The hostess led us to our table, a corner booth with a view of the city lights. This is nice, Amanda said. She barely looked at me, still on her phone. I ordered wine, appetizers, made small talk she barely engaged with. At 7:23 p.m., Amanda's eyes lit up. Oh my God. What? Brandon Rivera. I haven't seen you in forever. I turned. Brandon was walking toward our table. Perfect hair, perfect teeth, smug smile. This wasn't a coincidence. Hey, Amanda, Brandon said. He hugged her, right there, in front of me. What are you doing here? Anniversary dinner, Amanda said. She didn't introduce me. No way. Congratulations. Brandon glanced at me. You must be the husband. Marcus, right? right, Marcus? I said. Cool, cool. Hey, you guys mind if I join you for a drink? I'm just meeting some friends later. Amanda looked at me. Do you mind, babe? I smiled. Not at all. Brandon pulled up a chair, ordered a whiskey, started talking to Amanda like I wasn't there. And that's when I realized this was planned. She'd told him where we'd be, told him to run into us. This was her testing the waters, seeing if I'd say something, if I'd fight back. I didn't. I just sat there, watched them flirt, watched her touch his arm, watched her laugh too loud. One drink turned into appetizers, then entrees, then dessert. The whole time, I was recording. My phone was on the table, camera facing them, voice recorder running in my pocket. Everything documented. Remember Cancun? Brandon said, halfway through dessert. Oh my God, Amanda laughed. The tequila shots. Worth it though, Brandon said. He put his hand over hers. She didn't pull away. Remember when we talked about traveling the world? Brandon said. His voice got lower, more intimate. Just taking off. No plans, no responsibilities. God, yes, Amanda said. She looked at me. Some people are too serious about work. They forget to live. Safe is boring, Brandon said. Safe is boring, Amanda agreed. Then she said it, right in front of me. I should have married you, Brandon. Brandon grinned. Not too late to fix that. Amanda laughed, but she wasn't joking. I could see it in her eyes. I picked up my wine glass, took a slow sip, let them think I was checked out. My phone buzzed. Text from Jennifer. Process server is outside your house, standing by. Another text from Ray. Got a great shot of them holding hands. This is gold. I stood up, buttoned my jacket. Where are you going? Amanda asked. She looked annoyed. Home. Early meeting tomorrow. She rolled her eyes. You always have an early meeting. Enjoy your dessert, I said. Brandon raised his glass to me. Thanks for being cool about this, man. Not a lot of guys would be. I looked at him, really looked at him. You're getting married soon, right? To Jessica? His smile faltered. Just slightly. Yeah, 3 months. Congratulations. She seems really nice. From her Instagram. Amanda's face changed. A flicker of confusion. Wait, how do you— Have a good night, I said. I walked toward the exit. Marcus! Amanda called after me. Why are you being weird? I didn't turn around. I sat in my car in the parking lot, waited, watched the restaurant entrance. At 9:47 p.m., my phone buzzed. Jennifer, she's been served. Has the papers. Ray. Brandon's phone is blowing up. Someone told his fiancée. I watched the restaurant door. 3 minutes later, Amanda came running out. Phone pressed to her ear. Her face was red, panicked. Brandon followed 30 seconds later, also on his phone, also panicked. They stood in the parking lot, both screaming into their phones, both realizing at the exact same time that their perfect plan had imploded. Amanda saw me in my car. She ran over, pounded on the window. You bastard! She screamed. You filed for divorce? You sent evidence to my parents? What the hell is wrong with you? I rolled down the window halfway. Happy anniversary, Amanda. I held up my phone, showed her the video I'd been recording all night. Every word, every touch, every insult. My lawyer says this helps with the prenup enforcement, I said calmly. The one you signed without reading. The one that says cheaters get nothing. Her face went white. The prenup. No, you said it was just a formality. It was. Formal protection against exactly this. I started the engine. Oh, and your dad canceled the lease on your yoga studio. Turns out he doesn't fund cheaters. You can't do this. I'll fight it. You'll what? Tell the judge you weren't cheating? I've got 2 months of evidence that says otherwise. I shifted into reverse. Enjoy the walk home. I'm keeping the car. It's in my name. Brandon was still on his phone, still trying to salvage his engagement. Jessica wasn't answering. Amanda slapped my car. You recorded us without consent. That's illegal. Oregon is a one-party consent state for recordings, I said. I was part of the conversation. Completely legal. My lawyer checked. I rolled up the window. Amanda was screaming now, making a scene. Other diners were coming outside to watch. Brandon tried to calm her down. She shoved him. This is your fault, she yelled at him. You said he was stupid. You said he'd never find out. I never said that. You called him a mark. People were filming now. Phones out. This would be on social media by morning. Perfect. I drove past them slowly. Watched them turn on each other in my rearview mirror. Watched her push him again. Watched him yell back. My phone buzzed. Jennifer, this video is perfect. She's done. We'll have this wrapped up in 3 weeks. Ray, Brandon's fiancée just changed her relationship status to single. He's screwed too. Tom, Amanda's dad. I'm so sorry, son. I can't believe she did this. You deserve better. I smiled, turned up the radio, and drove home to change the locks. The next 72 hours were beautiful chaos. Friday morning, Amanda tried to come home, found the locks changed, called me screaming. You can't lock me out of my own house. It's my house, I said calmly. Check the deed. My name, not yours. The prenup covers this. I have rights. You have the right to hire a lawyer. I recommend you do that. She called Jennifer's office 12 times that day. Jennifer's assistant told her the same thing every time. All communication must go through your attorney. Amanda didn't have an attorney yet. She couldn't afford one. Her dad had cut her off. Her yoga studio income was barely $1,800 a month. She'd been living off my money for years. By Friday afternoon, she'd retained someone. Public defender type. Overworked. Outmatched. Jennifer sent me the message. Her lawyer just called. Wants to negotiate. I told them we don't negotiate with cheaters. Trial in 3 weeks. But it got better. Amanda's mother called me. Linda. She was crying. Marcus, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. Tom showed me everything. I'm heartbroken. heartbroken. I know, Linda. I'm sorry you had to see those. Don't apologize. You didn't do anything wrong. Amanda did, and I'm ashamed of her. Linda had always been kind to me. This wasn't her fault. Can I ask you something? Linda said. Those yoga retreats she kept going on, were those... Probably, I said gently. Ray found hotel charges in Napa and Big Sur on the same weekends. Linda started crying again. I asked her about those trips. She said she was finding herself, becoming a better person. She was finding Brandon. I can't believe I raised someone like this. You didn't raise her to be like this. She chose this. We talked for an hour. Linda kept apologizing. I kept telling her it wasn't her fault. By the end, she said something that stuck with me. Tom and I are getting our wills updated. Amanda's not getting a cent. She made her bed. Brandon's situation was equally catastrophic. Jessica, his now ex-fiancée, had taken the evidence I sent her and forwarded it to Brandon's family, his mother, his father, his siblings, his best man. She'd also posted a cryptic Instagram story. When you find out your fiancé isn't who you thought he was. Thankful for people who tell the truth. Brandon's comment section exploded. Friends asking questions. People speculating. Brandon posted a defensive response. People spread lies when they're jealous. The truth always comes out. Jessica responded publicly. You're right. The truth did come out. In photos, in text messages, in hotel receipts. Have fun explaining that to your mother. Brandon deleted his Instagram by Saturday morning. Ray kept me updated. He had contacts everywhere. Brandon's mother called Jessica personally, Ray told me. Apologized. Offered to pay for therapy. Said she had no idea her son was capable of this. What about Brandon? He's staying with a friend. Jessica kept the apartment, kept the ring. He's basically starting over. Good. Ray laughed. You're cold, man. I like it. I'm not cold. I'm just done being the nice guy who gets walked on. Amen to that. The divorce trial was scheduled for 3 weeks out, but Amanda's lawyer called Jennifer on day 12. My client would like to settle. Jennifer put her on speaker. On what terms? Ms. Rivera believes the prenup is unconscionable. She'd like to renegotiate. No. She's entitled to community property, not according to the prenup she signed, not according to Oregon law, not according to the infidelity clause she triggered. Mr. Davidson recorded her without consent. Oregon is a one-party consent state. He was part of the conversation. Completely legal. We've been over this. Silence on the other end. Then, what does your client want? Nothing. The prenup is clear. Ms. Rivera leaves with what she brought into the marriage. $8,000, her car, some furniture. That's it. That's not fair. Fair? Jennifer's voice went cold. Your client spent 2 months in hotel rooms with her ex-boyfriend, on my client's dime, while planning to rob him in divorce court. You want to talk about fair? More silence. We'll see you in court, Amanda's lawyer finally said. Jennifer hung up, turned to me. She's going to fold. Give it 48 hours. Jennifer was right. 2 days later, Amanda signed the settlement. Everything went to me. House, cars, business, retirement accounts. She got her $8,000 savings, her 10-year-old Honda Civic, and a futon. No alimony, no spousal support, no do-overs. The judge signed off on it without comment. It was over. A month after the divorce was finalized, I ran into Amanda at a coffee shop. She was with a friend. She saw me and went pale, tried to turn away. Amanda, I said. She stopped, turned, looked at me with something like fear, or maybe shame. What? She said. How are you doing? She laughed, bitter. How do you think? I'm living with my friend Shauna, working at the yoga studio for minimum wage. My parents won't talk to me. My life is ruined. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate? You destroyed me. You took everything. I took what was mine. You tried to take it first. I just got there faster. Her friend pulled her arm. Come on, Amanda, let's go. Amanda yanked away. You're so cold, so calculated. I never knew you were like this. Like what? Someone who doesn't let himself get robbed? I loved you. No, you loved my money. You loved the idea of me, but you didn't love me. That's not true. Then why were you in hotel rooms with Brandon? Why were you planning to leave me? Why did you tell him I was boring and you were only staying for the money? She had no answer. That's what I thought, I said. I picked up my coffee. Good luck, Amanda. I hope the next guy does a better job of keeping you interested. I walked out, didn't look back. Her friend caught up to me in the parking lot. Hey, she said. I'm Shauna, Amanda's friend. Hi. Look, I know this is weird, but I need to tell you something. Amanda's been trashing you to everyone, telling people you were abusive, that you controlled her money, that you isolated her from friends. My jaw tightened. She's lying. I know. I saw the evidence. She showed it to me trying to get sympathy. But dude, the texts were brutal. She was planning to rob you. I told her I couldn't support that. We're not really friends anymore. Why are you telling me this? Because if she's telling these lies to our mutual friends, she might be telling them to other people, employers, dates, anyone who will listen. You should document it. Protect yourself. Thank you. Shauna nodded. You deserve better than what she did to you. She walked back inside. I stood there for a moment, processing. Then I called Jennifer. Amanda's spreading lies about me, saying I was abusive. Do you have proof? Not yet, but I have witnesses. Get statements, emails, texts, anything she's saying in writing. If she defames you, we'll sue her for that too.